Alright, so I rarely engage in this sort of video as I really don't like ranting at all, but this has to be said, and you guys, my audience, need the truth. So that is exactly what you will get on all the noise, all the flip-flopping, this indicator, that indicator BS that is everywhere right now, because it is killing your investing and your health for some of you guys. So please just like the video if you enjoy a raw style video like this, or actually, honestly, just like it so the algorithm pushes it, so hopefully more people can realize what is going on, what is the truth, and all that good stuff. Now, for those of you that watch most or all of my videos, you know that I'm a long-term buy and hold investor. I rarely, if ever, sell, and my trades are all documented in my group, so it's not like nobody knows. And I can assure you the group would not be as large or as strong as it was if I was not backing up what I'm saying on YouTube in there, and if the content was trash or whatever else gets said out there. And yes, it's true, just click right up here this video for all the details, but I am ending the perpetual sale for my private group very soon, forever, for real this time, because I have to get better, and your feedback helped me make the jump there. Now, I know my style of investing is boring by YouTube standards, but I also know most of what is preached on popular YouTube ends in disaster. My channel didn't blow up last year when channels hit 100K in just a few months, while after a year plus, mine was at like 40,000 or something like that, because I know I refuse to make a video every day about the latest hot penny stock that was going to 100x in a day or whatever it was. And then it was the latest crypto that was going to the moon, and then it was the latest whatever that's going to make you rich in like a day or two or a week or whatever. I have been doing this for 20 years and seen that type of euphoria before, and I was not about to push it because it never ends well. This is not my first crash market, this is actually my fourth. You had the tech bubble, the financial crisis, the illness crash, and now this one, and I had most of my net worth invested during all of those crashes. And guess what? I screwed it up every way possible, so my strategy is not forged on theory or probabilities, or this chart says this, but this chart says that, and I know it is actually futile to look at every angle and make decisions based on economics or any of the other stuff that is out there right now. Some charts will show this is just the beginning of a terrible crash, and other charts will show this is the best time to buy because the bottom may be close and stocks are set to rocket up, but then the Fed will ruin it with this chart and it will get way worse, and the cycle just kind of continues and we can actually play this game all day. That's why none of that is part of my strategy. And I know my strategy is forged based on living through those crashes and experiencing it in real time with real money and enjoying the rewards and the regrets of it all, and also getting to see all the narratives and all the charts and all the graphs and all of everything through all of it. So here, let me give you an example of why indicators are just a small part of a much larger picture, and sometimes they're not really much help at all. The Buffett indicator has been flashing red all year long and is still flashing red today. But yet Warren Buffett just put more money into stocks last quarter than he has in any other time in his career. Think about that for just a second. It's not like he's some wild gunslinger or something else. He is very conservative. Does Warren not follow his own rules? I mean, has he lost it? Or is the Buffett indicator a very generalized indicator that makes for great news articles and discussions on broader markets, but doesn't really apply to individual stocks and individual market opportunities? I doubt very seriously, and I don't know this for a fact, but I doubt very seriously he sees a great deal out there and goes, nope guys, we're not going to do it. The Buffett indicator says red, so, I'm not buying until an indicator goes neutral. He just proved that's not true at all. The next thing I'm seeing is people going all cash all of a sudden. I mean, the time to do that was last November, not now. And if you are so afraid that you decide to go all cash, I know you will miss the bottom because you are operating out of fear in the first place, and you will never re-enter because of that fear until the run has already passed these great prices that we have right now. I know, I experienced it and lived it during the financial crisis. Every single day there was a new fear article for years on end. Even after the market had already recovered, every single article, every single news channel, every single newsroom, and every single video was talking about how the next shoe was about to drop. A double dip recession is coming soon, and of course the indicators all pointing towards exactly that happening. But guess what? It never happened. I knew people that went all cash after the financial crisis started and didn't start investing again until the market got red hot. And then guess what? The market corrected and they got burned, and the cycle just kind of keeps repeating itself with those people. All they had to do was buy and hold or DCA during the financial crisis and they would have made millions. Instead, They made a little bit of money, and a few of them even lost money during the greatest bull run in the history of the stock market. The people who did the best by far and away overall bought the entire crisis. Not the market timers, not the people who went all cash, but the people who just knew stocks would eventually recover and the prices were ridiculously cheap, so they were buying for long-term gains, not buying for short-term protection. Everyone else lagged them all significantly. This has held true through every crash I've been through. Name me a single successful investor who went all cash before a crash, then bought the crash bottom, and then rode it up to the next crash and sold it again. That person doesn't exist. I actually watched a video the other day that someone sent to me where somebody was discussing how to rotate your money like a hedge fund does so you can make big money during this time and avoid all the pain. Hedge funds don't even beat the S&P, much less make huge gains. It's just another false narrative somebody reads that makes sense in the short term or in theory, but is not how long-term wealth is actually built. And if you don't understand the hedge fund game, then you have no idea you are actually making a bet not to have the best 5-year return, but you are actually investing to make the most fees that you can because that's what hedge funds invest for. So if you're investing your own money and not drawing the fees that come along with that, I don't know how you're going to draw fees against yourself for your own money, you are actually picking a terrible strategy to employ because their goals are not the same as your goals. The more times you change your strategy to feel good today, the more you are setting yourself up for more pain in the future. It's kind of like ordering that next drink. You may feel awesome in the moment, and boy, I would agree, it is wonderful, but the hangover the next day or two is killer. Calm down, stay sober per se, and continue to buy great companies at great prices. Look, you don't even need to do it like I do it. Just identify a great company for the long term, not who will do best in a recession or whatever, but great companies that you think are going to perform great over the long term, and then just DCA into them. Screw price targets, just DCA into the thing. Every paycheck, every week, however you choose to do it, just DCA through this whole thing. That's it. I have never hit the bottom on any stock ever. I was down on my financial crisis buys 40% in some cases, and those were bought on the crash, and I was still down that much. But they all look genius now, except for GE, if I'm being honest, that one still irks me, but the rest all look genius. And guess what? In 10 years, you will say the same about this crash as well. If you bought last week, next week, tomorrow, whatever it is, as long as you buy great companies and avoid the GEs, you will be very happy that you did. My biggest regret from the financial crisis is that I didn't buy more. Now, yes, I bought, but I was too conservative. I was trying to be prudent, trying to look at all the data, all the indicators and everything you were seeing people talk about now. And looking back at it now, those indicators were right sometimes, wrong others, but the bottom line is the best strategy that would have paid off the most and left me with an even bigger portfolio was just to buy and hold and buy and hold and buy and hold and just keep doing that. And that is exactly what I am doing right now. So hopefully this was helpful, and I apologize for the rant as I know this is a little bit unusual, but I felt it needed to be said because I feel this will get worse in the coming weeks and months, and so I wanted to address it now just to get the truth out there. And if you don't know how to plan and do evaluations, set price targets, and you need help and support doing these things during these troubled times, make sure you join the Market Insiders private group before the sale ends. And click this video right here if you want more information on 5 stocks I'm buying now. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.